It's one thing to be honored for your contributions on the field when it comes to sports, but it's quite another when you're honored for your influence that reaches far beyond the confines of a stadium or a field. Gordon Hartman brought the world's most popular sport to the Alamo City in the form of San Antonio Scorpions. At the same time, he funded a state-of-the-art and first-of-its-kind park for special needs individuals. It's his passion and desire that led to his induction into this year's San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. But what does he think is the future, considering we've been denied an MLS expansion team? What's in the works for Morgan's Wonderland, and is he considering to run in politics? Find out as we go one-on-one with Gordon Hartman.
Please welcome Gordon Hartman.
And growing up in San Antonio, did you ever fathom the fact you'd be into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame?
No, and especially for the purposes of soccer. As you know, soccer was not a sport I played. I played some basketball, but soccer was something that, as you know, I felt was really something that should come to San Antonio, especially in a pro fashion, and that's why I got involved in bringing Soccer for a Cause here. And so the whole idea, if you were to ask me 7 years ago that we'd ever be sitting talking about this, I would have said, what are you talking about?
When you consider what Soccer for a Cause has not only done for the community, but for Morgan's Wonderland as well, what does that tell you?
Soccer for a Cause was developed for two reasons. One, to bring pro soccer to San Antonio, and we've succeeded. That's happening. That's happened, and is continuing to progress in a very positive fashion. And so we're very proud that was successful. The second reason was to bring funding to help those with special needs, and from Soccer for a Cause, millions of dollars have gone to help special needs. And so when you look at what the objective was, and that we succeeded, the only reason we did that is because the people of San Antonio made it possible. They embraced the Scorpions. They embraced the idea of what we wanted to do in respect to bringing pro soccer, and also established a very good understanding that San Antonio is a soccer city. And so I think the future for soccer going forward is very, very positive. And so all the things combined, I have to thank San Antonio, because I think, again, I would not be sitting here if it wasn't for people embracing the idea of bringing soccer, and especially wanting to help those with special needs.
Thank you, San Antonio. The fans were behind us 100%. Soccer for a Cause, they understood it. They got behind it. The players understood it. The players had passion. We had big plans, but this is just, it's almost surreal. It's just an incredible feel. It's because of this young lady right here this all happened.
Are you disappointed the MLS has not awarded San Antonio an expansion franchise yet?
I don't know if I'd use the word disappointed. I would say we need to be patient. I do believe that there is real opportunity to bring Major League Soccer to San Antonio. And the reason I know that is because back when I had the Scorpions, I met with Commissioner Garber on numerous occasions here in San Antonio and outside San Antonio at different meetings, discussed it, and I feel that he believes that San Antonio would be an excellent city. So I think we need to be patient, and I think we can achieve it if we want to achieve it. I think that's what the decision needs to be made. If we take a proactive role in saying that we want Major League Soccer here, I think it can happen. Not that it can happen, it will happen.
And when you look at how Morgan's Wonderland has grown from your original concept, what does that tell you?
What it tells you is that I think there was an incredible need, desire for an ultra-accessible, fully inclusive park. And not just for the people here, but literally all around the country and all over the world. You know, we've seen well over 1.3 million people now. We've seen people from 69 different countries, all 50 states. The popularity of the park continues to grow every year. The numbers and double digits continue to increase in respect to the number of people who come to the park. And I think it's not just about the park anymore. Morgan's Wonderland and Morgan's Inspiration Island, the first ultra-accessible water park ever built in the world. But it's about the culture that's developed there in respect to inclusion. And that's what it's all about, is ensuring that those who have special needs and those who don't join together. And so in a time like this, when many times there are some discussions about exclusion, I think Morgan's Wonderland and what we do right here in San Antonio talks about bringing people together. And I think that's what's positive about it, and special needs leads that way.
What was your biggest obstacle when it came to the water park?
When you have a situation like Morgan's Inspiration Island where you want to build a park for everyone, not 90% of the population, not 99%, but 100% of the population to be able to utilize and be included, we had to come up with a way to develop a wheelchair that could run off of compressed air. And we work with the University of Pittsburgh to do that, because if someone came in an electronic or battery operated, they would look out and say, I can't do that. And we don't use the word can't at Morgan's Wonderland. We use the word we can. We use the word the opportunity is allowed for everyone to fully achieve their goals. And so we came together working with them for some 2.5 years, ultimately developed the chair. I will tell you, after using it for 2.5 months in the first year of Morgan's Inspiration Island, we saw areas where we can actually improve upon it, and those improvements are being made right now as a new chair will then be introduced when we open again in May. So it's an ongoing, continual process to ensure that we are truly ultra accessible and fully inclusive. There's a lot more to be done. And, you know, we've had the opportunity over the last 8-9 years to get a lot of things done. If I look toward the next 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 years, we have a lot more things that we can do to assist those with special needs. And so that's really where my focus is and will continue to be.
And they just did a fantastic job preservation-wise, but at the same time being able to make this City Hall fully accessible for all.
If you could bring that even more to the forefront by running for mayor, would you do that?
You know, those things are things that I don't even think about, to be honest with you. And the reason I don't think about it is I'm focused right now with what we have to do. There are so many things happening that are coming into the work that we're doing within the foundation, the work we're doing within what we do on what we've talked about in respect to bringing about ultra accessibility and inclusion, that those kind of things interest me to the point to where I have more energy now. I wake up early in the morning, I work till late in the evening because of the beauty of seeing that we really are changing lives in a big way. As long as we can continue to do that, those other things are secondary in any thought process.
Congratulations to Gordon and the other inductees who will be inducted into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame tribute and dinner on Saturday, January the 27th at the Convention Center. For tickets, just go to sanantoniosports.org.